Hi, welcome to Shelly's Studio and another watercolor video. We're going to do a sunflower bouquet. I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday and found these 12 color pearlescent watercolor set by the Master's Touch on clearance for $2.99, and I debated for like 2 seconds and decided it would be fun to try them. See, there I'm showing you it came with a brush. It was a fairly stiff brush. Haven't tried it out yet, but we are going to test out these watercolors today. So I'm creating just a place to test all the colors, and we're going to see what they look like. I have sprayed them with water, and we're just going to put them on and see what they look like. It might be hard to tell here, but they are very pearlescent and very reflective. In the end, when you see the finished bouquet, I kind of tilt it so you can see how reflective it really is. But I just love these colors, and I think they worked well to do sunflowers. And of course the packaging doesn't have the names of the colors, so yeah, it just says watercolor set. But there's a lot of coppers and golds in there, so I thought that would be good for the sunflowers. I'm just wiping off my brush in between. I don't want to mix the colors. I don't know if you can see the white one at all, but it's just like adding a lot of white shimmer to the paper. That's cool. They are really soft and pastel. Except for the blues and the dark, like a blackish color at the bottom, I didn't get a lot of contrast. It took a lot of work to get contrast, but using the blue and the black color and the dark green, I don't know what kind of green that's supposed to be. Okay, so this next color is fairly dark. Sort of a gray-green color. And then this last color, I'm guessing is supposed to be black. Looks pretty black. Okay, so I was watching the Frugal Crafter, and she painted some sunflowers. So I just kind of sketched based on her initial drawing that was on her watercolor, and thought I'd give it a try. I started out using her technique where she just does it really loose and gets in the areas, but this watercolor doesn't really cover up other colors very well, so that probably wasn't the best idea. And now I'm kind of using both of the different colors of blue there to create variations in the background. I'm just loosely doing it at the moment. And I decided to challenge myself. I also bought this paintbrush. It's also a Master's Touch brush. The original price was like $7, so it wasn't very expensive, but it was also on clearance for like $1 or $2, so I picked it up, and it's a number 12 round. It seemed to have a really nice point on it, so I was excited to find one with a good point. Of course, I don't treat it very nicely, do I? Dragging it around like that. But I thought it would be fun to try to do the whole painting with one brush. So that's the plan. Now I actually mixed green and sort of the orangey color to try and get a dark brown color. And originally that sunflower on the left was going to be the back side, but then I decided I wanted the front side, even though I drew it with the back. So it'll just be an extra big center on that sunflower. I'm just trying to get variations of brown, so I'm using the coppers and the golds. There, I got a little too much, so I'm soaking it back up. I don't want it to be like a puddle, because then it all ends up being one color instead of the variations. So you don't want too much water on there, just a little bit. When I decided I needed another sunflower up there, so I put the dark center. The hard part will be getting the yellow to go over the other color. Because yellow doesn't like to cover up other colors very well. I'm just trying to decide where to put a couple of other flowers there. I used the purple, and we're going to add a little blue. And then I add a little bit of that dark just to shade the bottom. And then, of course, I decide there's too much. Lift it a little bit off. There we go. Now these paints, as the water sat on them, got really kind of creamy, and it was really interesting. I could probably get some dimension out of them if I scooped enough out, but I like them the way they are. Here I'm trying to figure out what kind of green I want for the leaves and the stems. I've only got like the dark green and then that sort of turquoisey green color. Try to add a little yellow to that green to lighten it up. I don't know that it did really. Maybe just a little bit. Then I'm trying to lift color so I can put yellow down. So I'm like, if that's going to be a flower, it needs yellow. It looks like a whole different style of painting, that one. You almost can't tell where I'm touching it. Doesn't look like anything's happening, but slowly it builds up pigment and slowly gets a little darker and deeper. Now I decided I need to use that background to define the petals and everything. So I'm just going around everything still with the two different blues. Now I'm just going in with dark, so I want to create some shadows and some contrast. We're just putting some of the golds in there to give the petals some dimension so they don't look quite as flat. And I just went through with the yellow and got everything wet with the yellow, just like right here. And then I'll add the gold color, and then it will kind of bleed around, but hopefully stay in the area that I put it. But that'll soften it so that it's not like a real hard line. I've kind of neglected that little flower in the background. But I really had a hard time getting the yellow on there, so yeah. So here I'm going to go in and put some white. I was hoping it would help create some highlights. I don't know. It looks like it lightens it just a little bit, but it doesn't do a ton for it. Oh, and this image is so reflective you can't see it right here, but the angle that I am to the picture, I had to like lean over to the side to actually see it because it was just like reflecting the light source that I couldn't see the image at all. So it's like super metallic. Trying to give that foliage some definition, even though I don't even know what's what in there. There's leaves and stems. Alright, so now we're going to take the tape off and look at our finished piece. And we'll take that little strip off the side too. Well, there's that. I'm going to keep that together. And then here's our finished piece. See how reflective that is? It's totally metallic. And you can see it in these close-ups. I hope you liked that. That was a lot of fun to create. Just a quick little sample using my new little watercolor set. And if you did like it, please hit like. Feel free to share that. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.